This is Getting to Know on the Hook, and unfortunately I broke to my stress in this video, but in a lot of ways some things needed to be said anyway. But to the person who actually told us that we made a mistake in this last video, actually I appreciate the correction. It was, we took the video down. We didn't want anybody to have the opposite information to what the regulations are. The males, you're allowed to keep the males, not the females. We looked it up right away. We had looked it up before, but we had just obviously went the opposite way with it. But
we didn't keep anything. No crabs were harmed in the making of that video.
That's right. So, anyway, guys, it's a little bit of venting from me, a little bit of venting from Ben, but here it comes, guys, and hopefully it'll clear a few things up for us. Hi, guys. Well, this will be another episode of Getting to Know on the Hook. And I think we'll do it right here in the truck. Just, you know, give you a little look into what's happening with us right now. Anyway, we just recently put out a video of crabbing, which we had to take down because we made a mistake and had the wrong information in the video. It wasn't from not looking at the regulations, as some people would put it. We just made a mistake. But it seems that Ben and I get condemned for every little thing that we do. You know, it's kind of comical when we go out fishing and we see people filling their buckets full of fish. Not even killing them, just throwing them in the bucket and taking them home. We see people constantly doing this. Even when we're crabbing, we've seen people take crabs that are undersized or pulling their pinchers off. But yet, we're the bad guys. We didn't take a damn crab because they were all undersized. We at least were trying to be legal. You know, you people are, some of you people, and I'm sorry, there's a lot of people who watch our show that enjoy the show, and I appreciate all of you. But we have some people that watch this show, and they've got nothing better to do than complain. And if that's the case, if you're so bent on hurting somebody else, then fine. But you know what? Do it to somebody else. You know, we're trying hard to put out some content. We're trying to have fun. And some of these people are taking the joy out of fishing. The people in the Fraser Valley have turned fishing into some kind of competition and turned it into a clinical, unfun fishery. And I'm quite tired of it, because all we want to do is go out and have some fun. We're not hurting anybody. You know, it's not like we're running around throwing, casting our lines into 6-year-old kids' lips or something. I mean, for God's sakes, you know, if you don't like the content, you're not being forced to watch it. So please, if you don't like it, move on. And yes, I appreciate the fact that someone will correct me when I'm wrong, but ever since we started this YouTube page, we've continually gotten criticism. And yes, we've made mistakes, but we're human. Are we not allowed to be human in the Fraser Valley? Is that what the problem is? Is that we're all so uptight that anybody that shows their face on YouTube is, if you're not dead on everything you do, you might as well be drummed out of town. You should be put in prison. Really? I still want to continue to do YouTube, even though I have to deal with this on a regular basis. Unfortunately, when I talk like this, I'm sure I'm going to have all the crybabies all cheering because they'll be happy that they've gotten to me. But for the crybabies, yeah, you know what? I think we're going to take a break from putting out videos here for a little while. But that's not to suggest that I'm going to stop doing this. We are going to come back in a short while, and we're going to continue putting out content. And for those who like us, thank you for watching. For those who don't like us, you're not being forced to watch. You can always watch somebody else. There's lots of YouTube fishermen in the Fraser Valley that would be happy to get your views. So everyone out there who enjoys the show, you have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you on the next video. Hopefully Ben agrees with my analysis of things. He's not too happy that I decided to put this video together, but I feel that at some point or another we had to stand up for ourselves. We're law-abiding guys. We do our very best to not kill fish, well, you know what, for the most part we don't even eat fish. Very rarely do we eat a fish. And I especially don't eat fish. I would prefer that everybody do catch and release at any given point. So I don't know, does Ben agree with me on this?
I don't necessarily agree with not going a month without a video, because I really need to catch fish myself, but we will see you soon. I do agree that, if you don't like the show, don't watch. There's no need to constantly, try to, correct and bring people down. We watch other people fish on other shows, and we don't watch their show for something to complain about. Watch the show and have fun watching it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, again, please don't get me wrong. I don't mind being corrected when I'm wrong, and in this case, I feel extremely bad that we made that mistake. But at the same time,
we didn't keep anything.
Mistakes do happen, and at the same time, again, like Ben just said, we weren't keeping anything anyway. We were looking for numbers because we knew the crabs there are small generally, and we were looking for numbers for the tournament. It wasn't even about necessarily keeping a crab, but well, in this case, fortunately, we didn't catch anything that we thought was legal, so we didn't keep. I guess we had a male that we could have kept, and we didn't. But for future reference, yes, we will double check all of our videos before we ever put them out again. And that's, for me, is the reason why I need us to take a break. We've been pushing too hard to get some videos through the winter, and we've had comments that in some cases make sense and others that don't. But we love what we're doing. We truly do. We love fishing, and that's what it's all about, is the love of fishing. And we don't want to lose that love of fishing. And I'll tell you something. YouTube at times can be extremely hard on the YouTube fisherman himself, because I guess in some ways we're expected to be the authority in some way, but no, we're just a couple guys fishing. We're just like everybody else, and yeah, we make mistakes, and when we make a mistake, we'll own up to it. And we've made several along the way, and to this day, it's still a learning experience for us. The camera work, the editing, everything is challenging. I mean, trust me, we're not brain surgeons. We're a couple of goofy guys fishing. So let's try to give us a little bit of a break. I mean, but anyway, look into with that being said, let's try to look at what's going to be happening in the future for us. Well, unfortunately, in the last 3 days, 3 days ago? 3 days ago, my brother passed away. And that has
Broken us both.
broken us down pretty badly, and I think partially this video might be coming from my grief. But at the same time, I think once we get through this bad time, that hopefully we can continue to put out some good content. Good content, hopefully in the future, better than we've been putting out. We really want to get to monetization, especially now that my brother's passed away. In memorial of him, we truly want to make this work. So, for those who support us, please keep standing by us. We'll get better and better. For those who don't like us,
Watch someone else.
watch somebody else. Absolutely. Say it again, man.
For all the people out there who seem to find it necessary to go through every video we put out and find the littlest thing they can complain about. It's like Dean said earlier, it's hard on us, because we work hard to put this content together. We work hard to try to make sure all our videos are on the up and up. We look through the regulations every day to see if certain things, if we're fishing legal, or if there's any updated rules. We are, just like Dean said, two guys just having fun. And some of you out there who comment on every video or almost every video, there's a few of you out there who've been blocked because it's every video. They try to pick out something that's not necessarily wrong, but just that they don't like. And we don't do that to other YouTubers.
We don't do that to anybody.
We don't do that to anybody. You know, I watched one video of a guy, he took 7 carp, and they were all pretty close to double digits or over, and he stuck them in a bucket. Well, you would never catch us doing that.
Not in a million years.
Not in a million years. We like Dean said, very rarely keep fish. We very rarely eat fish.
We like to release them so that everybody can have the enjoyment of catching that fish again.
Especially if it's a bigger fish, because it takes a long time for those fish to grow. So if you take a fish that's 2 pounds, 3 pounds, there's not that many of them here in the Fraser Valley. And the more fish stock we deplete by taking all the fish, the less fish we're going to be able to catch.
And for us, fishing is about the fun of it, the sport of it, and not for the food of it. That's a completely secondary issue. I mean, you know, Ben likes to eat fish occasionally, but I'm not a big fish fan, and I would far prefer the fun of catching the fish and then letting it go than, you know, taking it home and putting it on a dinner plate. To me, it's all about the fun of fishing.
The nourishment of the fish itself is great, but the satisfaction of watching that fish swim away in clear water is much more satisfying. Yes, it's nice to be full. Yes, it's nice to have a belly filled with fish, but it's even better, truly, to watch that big fish swim away and know someone else can catch him again.
That's right. So in the future, guys, we will be doing we'll be doing some trips up to the interior. Several trips, hopefully, this year. Several in memorial of my brother and my father. Hopefully there won't be too much delay on how long it takes us to get some content out. But right now, there's family matters to deal with, and financial matters to deal with, and
Don't forget this weather.
our goofy weather. Exactly. As you can see, we're looking at it right now. Our neighborhood's filled with snow.
Yeah.
So,
The rivers and lakes have ice on them.
yeah.
Hard to get a line in anywhere. We've kept our eye out, but
Yeah.
nothing. So, like Dean said, it might be a while before you see another video. We'll see you soon on the next episode of On the Hook. This was Getting to Know On the Hook with Dean and Ben. Please click like and subscribe. We're two average guys with lives and lots of stress, and we're trying to provide entertainment. Just watch and have fun. See you on the next one.
That's all we ask.
Yeah. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, so our results for the Derby. I ended up in 49th place. Not really what I was wanting, but I got 12 fish. It was hard fishing,
Yes, very hard.
and I'm glad I placed.
Yeah.
Dean, on the other hand, he ended up in 33rd place with 19 fish.
Yeah. And we ended up going crabbing, and unfortunately the video had to be taken down, but I ended up catching 19 crabs, which we were hoping would be we'd be able to use for the Derby, because the Dungeness crabs were on the species list, so we assumed that we were allowed to use them. But in the end, they weren't approved, which is, we kind of expected that. No big deal.
It was still fun.
It was still fun doing it, but
We will be going back to
Yeah.
make another video.
oh yeah, we'll be going back to make another crab video, specifically so we can correct a mistake.
We hate making mistakes.
Yeah,
Mistakes happen.
yeah,
I ended up with 12 crabs that day.
yeah.
So I would have gone up in the standings from 12 fish approved to I would have had 25. So, but
Yeah. But anyway, we ended up having to cut the Derby short because of my brother passing away. But not specifically because of that. The fishing's pretty darn bad. And so basically, we'll probably drop lower in the standings by the end of this. But at this point, I got 33rd and Ben got 49th. So
we still have 2 days. We might get lucky.
you
See
never
you on
know.
the next one.